This light is so lit, you guys. Get litty. If you watch the vlog, you know what that's all about. Anyway, yeah, I'll link this light. I know you're like, well, what light is this, Scott? We can't see it. I know you're thinking that right now. But anyway, we're back with another little tutorial here. Big tutorial, I don't know, it's just gonna be a tutorial. And today, what I'm gonna be doing is comparing and contrasting two of my personal favorite presets, ones that I use all the time. And yes, you can use different presets and have a cohesive look. Film shooters have done that for years. Most of them will stick to one film stock, but sometimes add in different ones for different situations. Anyhow, today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at two of my favorite MASTIN Labs presets, and that would be MASTIN Labs Portra Pushed Pack, which matches the Kodak Portra, the wonderful film that came out just a few years ago and is like absolutely amazing. And then the second one would be the FUJI Pushed Pack. And so those are the two of the latest packs that MASTIN Labs has worked so hard to create and to pump out. And we're going to look at them on a few different photos, a few different lighting situations, a few different skin tones, and just all of that. Give you guys a good idea of what they look like compared and contrast. So let's jump into Lightroom and see what they look like, because that's why you're here, right? All right. Okay, let's go. Got it. There we go. Is that bad? Okay, so we are in Lightroom. That's me, and we are here with several different photos. We've got like some wedding stuff. We've got some kind of like travel-ish stuff. We've got like challenging lighting conditions, and then we've got even some like fashion stuff. There we go. Sorry, computer's running slow. I got a million things open right now. And then, you know, just some everyday family stuff. So anyway, we're going to jump in and we're going to look at the Portra Pushed Pack and the FUJI Pushed Pack from MASTIN Labs. So you guys know I love MASTIN Labs. That's like my go-to for editing. And I just wanted to show you guys in this video particularly, you know, what the two packs look like. So these are two of the most popular packs right now. You have MASTIN Labs Portra Pushed, and I have the Sony profile open, and then FUJI Color Push, which is the latest. And I just wanted to give you guys a look at both of them. So I don't know, should we go in alphabetical order or what? Or maybe the order that they were released. So let's do that. Portra Push. We'll start each photo, and again we have two of the same photo. So we're gonna start out on the first one with the Portra Push Pack. Here you have 160, you have 400, 400, 800, and I really like that first one of 160. I think that just looks really nice right there. It's nice and bright. Sometimes it looks like you're losing a little bit of highlights in places like that, but click on that, you're not really losing any highlights in there. And you know, let's see, any highlights lost? Nope, we're good. So that one looks just great, one click. I'm pretty stoked on that. I love one of the things with Portra is that the gold tones, and maybe that's why Kodak is kind of known for their gold color, but the gold tones really shine in Portra. So let's check out what FUJI looks like on the same photo. Here we go. We have the raw file right here. Here's the FUJI Push Pack. First one is 400H plus one. This one has a little more blue to it. The one that I've been editing with a lot is actually the 160 NS, and as you can see, it gives a little bit of a pinkish tone to it. It looks like what Fujifilm looks like when you push it. So that's what it's intended to do. I've seen a lot of people on the different forums, Facebook groups, and even some of my videos been like, you know, well, doesn't it kind of give it a pink cast? And yes, it does, but that's intentional. Because that's actually what the Fujifilm looks like when you push it in developing the actual film, not the preset. So anyway, I love this one, and once again, you're retaining highlights. Let's get rid of that. There we go. You're retaining highlights. See that red mark right there? That's the only highlight that you have blown, and I'm willing to get rid of that. And so anyway, that's one click. Let's move on to something else. Let's go to this wedding. This one, second shot. This guy, his brother's actually a pro surfer, which is really cool. We talked about surf all day. So portrait pushed pack, here we go, going through the different looks. And man, I love the greens that this one is giving me. And what I would do is probably warm it up. And one thing I'm going to try and do for you guys is show you on the slider here and not just on my quick keys. I wish I had an overhead view. Maybe I'll do that one day and show you guys how I have installed quick keys and all that from Fixer Labs. But anyway, I'm going to warm this one up a little bit. I'm going to go into the greens, desat a little bit. They're a little pop, got a little too much pop, but anyway, I love this. I love the skin tones. I love the green tones. Everything looks really, really filmed. Look at that blue. Isn't that incredible? And once again, highlights, all that stuff looks good. So that is Portra Pushed. And let's go back to this raw file, and then we're gonna look at the Fuji pushed pack. So there's your first option. Second, you go down to 400H plus 2, 160, and I really like that first or second one. Second one looks good. I think again we could probably give it a little bit of warmth, maybe bump the exposure down just a tiny bit, maybe not even that much, like -10. And then yeah, it's already got some greens pulled out. That's typical with Fujifilm, especially when it's pushed. So I'll probably just leave that about where it was, and boom, there you go. So you have zoomed in, that's skin tones on the Fuji pack, and then boom, that's zoomed in skin tones on the Portra pack. So pretty similar, but again, you get a little bit of the more pink and reds if you're going for that. Let's look at like more of like a real, like actual during a wedding. Here we go. This is a wedding I just shot in Texas, in Austin, and let's go to the Portra Push. So you've got different options here. I always look at kind of like the contrast, what are they doing to the photo, and man, this first one looks really, really good. So as you can see, good like golden tones. The light peeking through on this one just kind of made it for me. I positioned myself just so you could get that, and then this guy's kind of framing things in there. Love the setting. I love everything about this one. This one looks great. Once again, highlights looking good to me. I'm good with everything. So let's go back to the raw file. I'm sorry guys, I'm not showing you before and after. I'm being such a bad teacher today. There you go, before and after. Raw file, Portra Pushed. So all right, let's look at the second one, and we're gonna look at Fuji push pack, and just gonna go through the couple different options here. And once again, I think I'm gonna lean into the 160, and you know, it's getting a little bit red on this one, so I'm gonna bump it down just a tiny bit into the green, like -2, somewhere in there. And man, that looks great to my eyes. So there you go, before, after, and then let's compare the two. So here we go. This is Portra Pushed, so you can see a little more emphasis on kind of like the golds and the blues, and then Fuji Pushed is just got that kind of pink, soft, pastel-y cast to it, and that's what the two look like. All right, here's a different like lighting condition. So this is like really kind of has that throwback old school bridal portrait look to it, and let's see what this does. So here's Portra Pushed, few different options in there. I love how the 800 actually looks in there. Gives it a nice moody tone to it. What I would do is probably pull the contrast out a little bit, and then I would probably add a tiny bit of exposure, maybe even a little bit more. But again, see how the tones have that nice golden look. You're gonna get that with the push pack, with the Portra push pack. Okay, here's before and after. Yeah, it just accentuates all of those golden tones. I really love it, and it kind of deepens these shadows a little bit, draws you more into the subject, which I'm totally down with. So let's go and look at the Fuji push pack. So here we go. There's 400H plus blue. Then you get in the 160s, and I actually liked, which one was it? The second one looked a little bit softer. So this one looks good to me, just right out of the box, and boom, one click and you've got your edit. So here's Portra pushback, okay, and then Fuji pushback. So again, they're really similar, and I'm gonna kind of like wrap things up now because the video is going a little longer than I wanted to. I want to kind of wrap things up, but they have like similar tones, but they're subtle differences. They're subtle differences that you'll begin to notice the more you use them. And so what I would recommend, obviously, if you can afford it, is just buy both of them. And this one needs a little more light, so we're gonna bump that up. And I would buy both of them, see what you like, see what you don't like, and then use them accordingly. Some weddings you may use one in a certain lighting condition, some weddings you may use another one. So anyway, first one we did Portra pushed. Second one, here we go, we're gonna do Fuji push. This is more just like a travel style photo, and the reason I want to do this one real quick is I want to show you just kind of the differences in the blues in the sky that you're gonna get out of these two packs. So Kodak is gonna give you more of a true blue tone in your skies. Fuji is always gonna give you a little bit more of that turquoise. And so if you look at kind of the mid-tones of the blues, you're gonna see that more of a turquoise color right there. Here's a before and after, but again, that's like 2 or 3 clicks, I think, and you have a beautiful travel photo. It's got some deep blues. I might use that on my Instagram, personal one. So anyway, those are the two before and after. Here's Portra, and here is Fuji. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and do you like the Portra pushback or do you like the Fuji pushback? I like them both. But that's me. I have a hard time deciding which one do I use more often. I probably use the Fuji pushback a little bit more, and that's just kind of how I've been doing things lately. Hi. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you enjoyed just going through some edits, and maybe you learned one thing, and that's a great thing about the YouTube community. It's a great thing about over the years, 10 years now that I've been photographing weddings professionally, is I've learned so much from other people and so much valuable information, and I always appreciate people when they take time to share and invest in others, and that's what I want to do here on this channel. So anyway, if you liked the video, make sure and put that little thumbs up down there, put a little comment, say, hey, this was great. I will be taking some submissions too. So if you have photos that you want me to go through and edit, like some of the previous Mastin Labs videos, some of the other preset videos that I've done, just send those to me, okay? Email will be linked below. You can just send me an email. If you put it in a Dropbox folder already, that makes it a lot easier. That way I can have access to the raw files. But anyway, I'd love to go through some of you guys' photos to be like, okay, I can get those to look good, and give you some constructive criticism. I promise I won't be too harsh on you. So you know, have some thick skin, but also don't worry about it. I'm a pretty nice guy, so I'm really hard on my own work, but I'll be nice and kind on yours and help you grow as a photographer. So that's the goal here, is I want to invest in people, and I want to see people become better photographers. So make sure to subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed. Get in there, give some thumbs up, share it. Yeah, I mean, there's good stuff happening, and I have a cool light that are really like, it's dark now. All right, see ya.